What do you genuinely not understand? Why I continue to procrastinate and self-sabotage. Let's find that out later. Bitcoin mining. Solving algorithms? What? Who? Why? Imagine if keeping your car idling 24/7 produced solved Sudokus you could trade for heroin. Edit. My friends, I paraphrased this from something I read years ago and the original source is apparently a tweet. I am not comfortable with all these awards. Space, it makes my brain hurt trying to figure out things like stars and black holes etc. The size and distances with space are hard to fathom. The time it takes to get anywhere is depressing. The order of emails in a Gmail thread. Why do people who seem miserable as parents decide to have more kids? How light is both a particle and a wave? It's neither. It's something that we don't have a word for and that doesn't exist in a way that we can sense directly. But this unnamed thing happens to act in a way similar to a wave in some situations and like a particle in others. A cylinder will roll like a sphere in one direction but not roll like a cube in the other. That doesn't make it a sphere and a cube at the same time. It makes it something different. Edit. Thanks for all the awards. Edit 2. To answer the many, why don't we name it then, or, we do have a name for it, it's light, photons, something else, comments. The problem isn't the lack of a word, the problem is how to convey the meaning behind the word. Plus typo fixs. That no concept of an absolute position in space exists. Why does the word, fridge, have the letter, D, in it, while, refrigerator, does not? This is totally due to me not looking it up, but I don't know how dry cleaning works. My intentions when doing things. It seems that I can attribute everything I do to manipulation and attention-seeking and it's kinda unsettling. Quantum physics. But mostly how there could ever be a smallest thing. Like everything is made up of something else. Zooming down, how could there be something that's not made up of smaller parts? Like string theory, right? Smallest thing is supposed to be vibrating strings of energy? Like what is that energy made of? I don't get it. The stock market. How electricity works. Amps, volts, watts, etc. Amps. How many electrons flow? Volts. The force with which the generator is pushing these electrons. Watts. The amount of energy carried every second. This of course depends on the amount of electrons, so the amps, and the force they are pushed, so the volts, watt-hours. If watts is the speed of energy transfer, this is the space, that is the total amount of energy you transfer. Which means that if you have 200 watt-hours of energy available and something consumes 100 watts, you can only power it for 2 hours. If it consumes 50 watts, you can power it for 4 hours. Other ones? Understandable, it's a liquid, like a solvent, that is water-free. Chemistry. I only passed because my professor curved every F to a C. You got an E. Sudden motivation at midnight. I've read that it's due to there being no pressure or thoughts of what could go wrong. This is due to the fact that the motivation is typically for things that would be in the future or carry over into the future, and there is no reason to start or finish the things being thought of at that moment. How these dogs that have these dense bangs hanging over their eyes can see a single goddamn thing. Ask the emo kids.